5 M's of money management, and I'm going to run through this very quickly. The mindset is important. The mindset, we have to change from all of those negative, money doesn't go on tree. Do you think I'm made of money? You know, the way our parents used to talk to us. That mindset has to change. There is abundance in the world. Do you know that the wealth in the world, if they divided it by the 7 billion people who are in the world, we will all practically be millionaires. We'll be comfortable. So, you know, the way this thing came to me is that it's like somebody else is holding your money. Okay, I don't know if there are many Yorubas here. I'm Ijesa by origin. She's smiling, she knows. We know they agree when it comes to money and all. So, you know, a lot of people laugh at me that, yeah, Ijesha, you went to read economics and then accountancy. You just, you know, everything to your body space. So you can imagine it's like somebody else is holding my money. They call us Oshomalo. Oshomalo Bohomi. So you can imagine somebody else is holding my money. Because the money is out there. The money is out there. And you see, I think Christianity, you know, in the days of Christian Union, we talked about, just be holy, this and that, you know. And we even quote the scripture and say, Jesus Christ became poor so that, but the rest of the verse says, so that we can be rich. But we don't remember to quote that one. We don't remember to quote that one. So while holiness is important, and I'm not suggesting that we should let wealth take our eyes off of God. But think about it. When I was in university, and they were saying, we need 3,000 naira to repair the scripture union bus. I'll be like, 3,000 naira is what? How many people can give 100? How many people? And I'm like, in my heart, I will be like, I wish I had this 3,000. I'll just give it to them so that we can close that chapter. Because all this, you bring 10, you bring this. If we have money, because we are Christians, we will use it for the cause of the gospel. We will open orphanages, we will create homes, we will bless people, we will distribute Bibles in the farthest corners of this earth. But because we don't have, we're doing like this. So, I've come to challenge you. I've come to challenge you. Say, what are we doing? In our community and as Christians, what are we doing? Recently, I got introduced to digital marketing, and my friend and mentor, you know what she said? He said, as usual, it's the black man that knew about it last. And I was like, it's true. It's true. You know, and then when we say, let's bring ourselves together and let's do business, it is us that don't trust each other. Look at the Asians. Look at the Jews. The blessings of Abraham. Why are they still benefiting from it till today? Some of them are not even walking in the way of the Lord, but because they fulfilled. There you go. So it's time, you know, let's talk to ourselves. You know, I feel like talking in Yoruba slightly. Not that my Yoruba is good, but let's talk to ourselves. In Yoruba language, they say if two siblings, if they enter a room and they talk, and then they come out and they're silent, sister mio. They didn't tell themselves the truth. But if they enter the room and then when they come out, they are doing strong face, truth has dropped. So please, let's talk to ourselves. Let's not just, you know, touch it on the surface. So mindset, mentoring, this is where the knowledge now comes in. Because what we don't know, we don't know. That's where the knowledge now comes in. Identify somebody who knows, so that that person can mentor you. How can I do better with my finances? Make money. Yes, Christians can make money. And when we say make money, it's not just your job. What else do you have that? I belong to this digital marketing thing now. This woman, 66-year-old mother of 6, and she was saying, oh, she has 14 streams of income. I was like, excuse me, say that again. 14 streams of income. Hello? And some of us are struggling with one. And if we manage to have 2, we're like, no, and I'm not saying go and do 2 or 3 jobs, because we've got to balance things. Our health is important as well. But are there things that you can do that write an ebook and put it on Amazon and it continues to sell without you having to market it every day? Something that is passive. So you continue your 9 to 5, you continue whatever work you're doing, and then some of these gifts and talents. A friend of mine does crochet. She opened a YouTube channel and she's doing crochet and teaching people. Now, even if people don't buy, if you get enough followers, you can monetize your YouTube and start making money from it. This lady that I was saying that she has 14 streams of income. YouTube is one of them. TikTok is one of them. Then she has the digital marketing platform, at least the one that I know of what she does. I don't know about all the others, but she said she's got 14. So different things like that. She opened a restaurant for one of her daughters, so that's another line of income. Long story short, she's not having to do anything on those ones, but she just created the business, and that income is coming in again. So we have to think outside of the box. It's not just about exchanging my time for money alone. Sometimes when we exchange our time for money, it's even a hindrance. Because if you are doing 12-hour shifts, by the time you come back, you are so tired, you can't even think of anything again. So sometimes that can be a hindrance. You might want to do part-time so that you can then have that space to do some other things. So manage. We've talked about making money, now we want to talk about managing the money. It starts with what we are spending. Also, how are we protecting that money? What are we doing with it? A lot of people don't have any insurance cover. And because we are Christians, they say, God is my insurance. But you insure your car. Why didn't you say God is insurance for your car? But we do not insure our lives. We do not insure the income that is helping us to put food on the table. And you see, I also come from Nigeria. Those things are not available in some of our countries, but they are available here. But yeah, we don't take advantage of it. I remember there was a pastor who was killed in an accident, a freak accident. I think he stopped somewhere. He had just finished from a prayer meeting, and it was, according to the people that were there, it was really powerful. The Spirit of God was there, and he said some things, and he did not know that he was going to die in less than an hour. So as he was going home, he stopped somewhere. I think his daughter wanted to buy something like that. Anyway, he went to the back of the car and opened the boot to bring whatever out. And this person, an older person, had a heart attack or stroke while driving and ran into him. So nobody could have predicted that something terrible like that would happen. And he died on the spot. And the man that ran into him survived. And he came back to share condolence with the family and did whatever he could do. But what I'm saying is that he was a pastor. He was a God-fearing man. He was coming from prayer meeting. It's not that he went to pub or party. Even if he went to party, it wouldn't have been a sin. But he was coming from prayer meeting. And that happened. And we know, because he's a Christian, he's going to be with the Lord. We thank God for his life. His own journey is over. But what about the family he left behind? That he had no knowledge that that was going to happen. I don't want to say he had no plan because I don't know. But he had no knowledge that that was going to happen. And like some people always say, well, we're not getting out of here alive. We're all going to die someday. We just don't know when. We don't know when. We're going to die someday. We need to prepare. And sometimes, when we talk about this thing, it sounds, oh, why are you being so morbid? And so, I think even there are many times in the Bible where we read that people were told to put their house in order.
Yes.
In the case of Ejiga, he didn't die immediately, but he was told to put his house in order. And I think for some of us, we actually need, and I speak to myself as well, then multiply. That's the juicy bit. How can you multiply money? By investing. That's the only way. It's not this 9 to 5. I go in, work all day, then they give me a paycheck. That's not multiplying. That's making money. Fine. But multiplying, however small that income is, put something aside. We're talking about the mutual funds. There is a lot of money in financial services. Go onto Companies House website and call up the name of your bank. Yes, call up the name of your bank and see how much they earned last year. And when you think about it, they earned that money from the people who are putting their money in their account. There's no other way. Whether it was overdraft charges, fees here, this, that, that's how they earn their money. Go and check how much after they've paid all their staff, all their managers, all those executives, with bonuses, go and check. If you bank with Lloyds, check Lloyds. If you bank with Nationwide is pretending that they are building society. If you bank with Barclays, call up companies. It's free information. You can get it all and see how much they earn, and then tell me whether you are happy to pay that overdraft. That maybe it's just £25. So you just it's £25. I will pay it, Jare. But £25 on how many places? That is what is adding up to the millions that they are declaring every year. If that 25, if you put it every month into an investment account, I have a particular account that I'm running now, and my rate of return, the last time I checked, was 28%. 28%. No bank is going to give you that though. No bank is going to give you that. So if I leave my money, I'm with Nationwide. If I leave my money with Nationwide, they'll give me pennies. But the little that I have, I've put it in this investment account. And that's where the fund managers too are investing. Hello?
Hi.
So why don't you cut them out and invest directly? As long as you know what you are doing. Now, no crypto, no emerging market, no this, because they're high risk. Some people do, but I don't have the appetite, So no high risk, but there's always going to be risk. And guess what? I did a video recently about doing nothing. Doing nothing is risky as well. Because inflation will eat that money. That money that you thought that you have, by the time you come to next year, it will not be worth what you thought it was worth. So that's a risk, doing nothing. And the way to assess risk is this. If I wanted to sit down on a chair, and I see that it looks a bit dodgy, I'll probably put my hand on it, and then, before I let the whole of my weight go, I will maybe sit on the edge, so that if it's going to, I will quickly be able to struggle. Then I will sit back and then be comfortable. In the same way, you test the waters. So investment, put £100 in. You're not going to lose sleep with £100. But if the whole of your capital is 5,000, and you put the whole 5,000 there, you won't be able to sleep at night. You won't be able to sleep because you'll be like, a friend of mine was saying, is it going up? Is it going? I said, no, I don't do that. Otherwise, you just give yourself high BP. I don't check it often. I just leave it there. It's my long term, so I just leave it there. The only times I go into it is like the last time I went into it that I realized it was 20. Before then it was like 25. A friend was saying, tell me what you are doing. So I logged in. I said, oh, it's even 28 now. I didn't even know. So if I log into it now, I can check for you and see whether it has gone up again or it has gone up. Because it fluctuates. And if you go and start checking it every day, the day that it's nosediving, your mood too will nosedive with it. But if you just go like maybe once a month, and it has done whatever it wants to do, and it is giving you that, you'll be happy. Oh, it was 25. Oh, now it's 20. Fine. Let it be there. Let it be multiplying. You don't have to touch it, because that's my own retirement plan now. Because pension is not anything to write home about. Okay, so that's it. So the next slide just tells us how can we do this in practical terms, and I'm going to round up on that. So when we talk about mindset, how can we improve our mindset? Eyum talk a lot about, personal development, improving oneself, reading books, maybe listening to a particular. It's not everybody that I will listen to. I have to give that caveat to. There are a lot of people online that I personally would not listen to, both from a Christian point of view and from a financial point of view, because there's a lot of mixed multitude. But if you identify somebody that okay, our values align, this person is not talking, then. But for me, what I do a goal setting workshop for people, because that helps you to itemize your goals, and then you work a plan towards how can I do this. Because you see, you're going to hear this thing now, you're going to get stirred up, but you cannot implement it in one day. It's not possible. I'm still on a journey, and I think at least this phase of my journey has lasted maybe about 7 years, and I'm still on it. So it is a journey, and that's why the goal setting is important. What do I want to achieve in the short term, and what do I want to achieve in the long term? And then you now put those plans in place and start ticking them off. And that would even give you confidence. When after 3 months you see that, okay, I said I was going to do this and I've done it. If it's just opening an account, like the friend I was talking to the last time, I said to her, even if it is £50 a month, put it in. Because she's not earning a lot at the moment, she's a single mom, blah, blah, blah. Just put a little bit in. If you get any extras, you can dump it in. But just leave it there and let it grow. So goal setting is important. Now when it comes to the mentoring, you may want to learn about budgeting, you may want to learn about investing, you may want somebody to actually hold your hands and hold you accountable. And I'm good at that. Hold you accountable. This is what you said you were going to do. Have you done it? Have you opened the account? How far have you gone? So somebody to hold you accountable. Then making money. We've talked about multiple streams of income. I'm not going to overlabor that because it's going to be different for everybody. Manage. That's something I haven't mentioned before. If you have debt, and I put my hands up, chartered accountant, financial advisor, I had debt. I walked away from an abusive relationship and I inherited the debt. And I was ashamed. That how do I tell anybody that I'm an accountant, a financial advisor, and I'm carrying several thousands of debt? But the first strategy, the first thing to do is to deal with that debt, because one of the reasons why banks make money is because of debt. They charge us for the privilege of it, and you still have to pay back. Some of those credit cards, 29%, 29.9%, some are even higher. In the days of, what was those, I think the bank has folded up now. I don't even think we should be calling them, you know, the payday loans type of thing. They went as far as 1,000%. But let me give you a secret here, and it is called compound interest. You know, when we were in primary school, we did compound interest. It's just not possible for us to see our notes from primary school. We should go back and dust that curriculum. Compound interest is what makes the banks the money. And when we are going through debt, compound interest makes us poorer. Because you buy something for £500 and you're paying off £2,000. So you know, we talked about delayed gratification. This is the reverse of delayed gratification. You've already spent that thing, you've enjoyed it, and then you are still paying for years to come. So if we can avoid debt, avoiding debt will actually make you wealthier. Avoiding debt will do what? It will make you healthier. Wealthier, rather. So, now, compound interest can work for us, because like I was talking about the investment that I have, compound interest is working for that. Because every profit that investment does, they will add it and then they will calculate the interest on the total. So let's say you put £100 in and then you make £10. The next time they are doing the run of interest, they are now calculating interest on 110, not interest on 100. Now, we have used a small number, but you think about the rich people. That's why the rich are getting richer and the poor, unfortunately, are getting poorer. You can imagine Bill Gates putting 1 million in an account that is yielding maybe small me, I'm getting 28%. That man will probably command more than that. So imagine if you have 1 million in an account. It means that you do nothing like this. They'll just add 250,000 to that account. If you had that, will you be working? I personally will not work. I will not. If I had 1 million in that kind of account and I can just withdraw 250 and just do shakara about, I will not work. Why am I working? I'm working because I need the money. So that compound interest works that way as well. So by the time we clear off our debts, if you had a loan and you were paying £150 a month on the loan, and by the time you've cleared that loan, put it in this account and be putting 150 a month in that account, 150 a month in that account, as if the loan was still on. Come back to it in a year and see what it will be. If you want to do that exercise, go to Excel spreadsheet, calculate it, maybe at 10%, even 5%, you'll be surprised what it will yield. So, investing is the way to multiply. Some ideas are on how we can make money. Freelancing, that's a spelling error. Teaching online. I know people who teach other languages. There's a friend of mine in our church. I think she's Portuguese. She speaks 2 or 3 different languages. So she's teaching Spanish online. Her English is not great, but what she has, she's using. She's teaching Spanish online, and she's getting clients and doing it from the comfort of her home. Digital marketing is another thing. You create digital products online and you sell it online. The person who is buying from you can be in China, can be in the US. You've created that product once, and then you're just selling it. And it doesn't matter how much you're selling it. It can be as cheap as £5, because what you want is mass appeal. So let's say you created something, £5, and thousands of people are buying it from you. Without leaving your house, you'll be collecting money. So, let me just look over some of the notes. As Eyum was speaking, there were some things I was noting that change is inevitable. Whether we like it or not, change happens. And it will be better for us to be ahead of the curve. Stepping up is about taking stock of the gains that we have to make. It may be uncomfortable, it may be taking us out of our comfort zone, but what do I stand to gain in the process? When you look at the gains, then that will keep you motivated. And it's also an ongoing task. It's not like maybe after 1 year you'll be like, oh yeah, I've gotten there. It's not going to happen. You keep on developing yourself and keep stepping up. We all have great potentials, but how much of those potentials are we fulfilling? That is the question. There was something about opportunity, and I would like to end on this note. Success happens when opportunity meets preparation. Success happens because if there's an opportunity and you're not prepared for it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good opportunity. Oh yeah. But until that opportunity meets preparation, success will not happen. And success, they say, is for action takers. Thank you very much.